So today we're going to get started on another series. I'll try to make updates with it as much as possible, but I do have a day job. But we're going to start making a skinning knife. I have a friend of mine who helps out at a butcher shop, and he skins deer and capes them and, everything. So he has a fairly inexpensive knife right now, and he's wanting something that will perform better, hold an edge better. So I got a piece of S30V from Alpha Knife Supply, 107 thousandths thick. So this is going to be a skinning knife, and it needs to hold an edge. He does several deer a day, and he's tired of having to sharpen the knife after every deer. So I figured we'll get started today by kind of sketching it out and see how far we get. But this has been a while in the making, so I wanted to get started. So let's see. We want to wind up with about a 4-inch blade, and then usually around a 4.5-inch handle or so. This is going to be adjustable, of course. The picture he sent me had a fairly straight back with just a little bit of curve to the whole knife. So we'll try to do that. We want to get a nice sharp, we want to have some belly to it, but still remain fairly sharp at the point to penetrate. I already think I made a mistake. The nice thing about using marker and drawing this out is that any time you can just get a little denatured alcohol and wipe away the mistake really easy. This is kind of a fun part anyway. So down at the, draw the handle out first. I think if you're working with a skinning knife, it'd be nice to have kind of a little deal at the end so it would lock it in to your hand. And then maybe come up. He wanted to have like a finger guard here to keep from sliding up on the blade when he's working it. So we'll do that. And then from here, up here where this finger guard is going to meet the blade, we'll bring our plunge line down, but I'm going to put a sharpening choil or something in here because I don't want to have to try to sharpen right up against that finger guard. I don't think that's good. So we will, that's something we can add later. For the original cutting and everything, we won't worry about that. I'll grind that in later. Trying to decide how I want to shape this handle. I don't think I like this. I like that better. Come down here a little bit more. I found this to be a nice shape to work with, because then you can palm swell certain areas and make this really comfortable. And then this I can put in with my small wheel. And I usually do it to kind of fit my hand to feel. You know, we're just trying to get a rough idea of what we're going to do here. Once I have this outline kind of really rough cut, we'll take it to the grinder and we'll grind all this in and do it to fit and to be comfortable. That should fit a hand well. Should be a good working handle. It's plenty long. All right. We'll make this a pretty precise tip so that he can really get in there. We'll cut it out here, but when I grind, I may grind it down just a little bit more. We'll see. I'm just trying to get a general idea so I can go to the bandsaw. So let's go and cut this rough shape out. See you at the bandsaw. Okay, so like I said, we're just gonna rough cut this just so that I have something to start with on the grinder, because we don't want to have to grind too much. It's just a waste. So let's get going here. Even though it's S30V, being only 107 thou thick, should cut pretty easy. Got a piece caught in there. That happens once in a while. It's about time for a new blade, but we'll just pause the video. Be right back while I unjam that. Okay, that didn't take long. Off to the races. I've learned the hard way not to try to force radiuses with this saw. It just doesn't work, and I end up popping off the blade. You don't want to cut too deep on here. You can always grind a little further in if you leave it too fat. But if you cut too far in, that's it. It's always best to do your grinding and put it in your hand and see how it feels and grind it till it's comfortable for your hand. You just want to take enough off of this to reduce the amount of grinding. Yeah, it doesn't look comfortable yet, does it? This 107 thou thick really cuts nice. Flip that little piece out of there. There we go. Here we are. There's our very rough outline. So let's go and see what we can do about this with a 40 grit ceramic. Meet you at the grinder. Okay, so the game plan will be use the flat platen, clean up these areas, and then I'm going to use a small wheel and then a larger contact wheel to grind those in. But it's going to be hard to talk with this on, so that's what the plan is, and I'm just going to get to grinding after I get this okay, here we go.
Whoops. Time to go to the small wheel. Now we're going to go to a big wheel to get this larger radius in. Hopefully you can understand my muffled voice. This is a 10-inch, that's the biggest wheel I have. I'd kind of like to get a 14. I might do that here eventually. You can run these big wheels a lot faster without hurting the bearings. Almost there. We'll take this mask off.
All right. Whew. That's better. Now that feels nice. What I like to do on these front grips, these front finger grooves, is usually cut up in here and relieve that for the finger in the grips. And so that adds a finger groove in here, is not just down here, but also on the sides. However, this one is feeling too thick to me this way. So I'm going to put the small wheel attachment back on, and we're going to deepen this a little bit and kind of clean this up. Just deepen this a little bit more here. Honestly, it's a lot about the feel. You got to go with what you think and how it feels. You just do. I'm not going to do too much grinding and not high speed, so I'm not going to put the mask on right now for this. I've been needing to get started on this skinning knife, and I thought it'd be kind of neat to do it on video. So with this small wheel, I always go turn down to no more than 20 hertz on the drive, just to save these bearings. All right. Track that a little bit better. There we go. Dunking it in the water. You can tell it's starting to get a little hot. I don't want to. Oh, that feels a lot better. So just that little bit more really made that feel better. Wow. Big difference. Yeah, that made a world of difference right there. That's great. So there is our rough shape for our skinning knife. So now we got some figuring to do about where we're going to put our handle hardware and what angle we're going to grind this blade at. So let's go over to the bench and we'll figure some of that out. All right, let's get this cleaned up because we're going to have to put some marks on it for drilling and all that kind of stuff. So I think I'm going to go with 3 pins. So what I do, there's my marker. So if we're going to want G10, probably all the way up like that. So if we do that, we'll say that that's 4 3/4. So if we want to pin right up in here. Let's see. I'm making a mess. That's what happens when you think with the marker. No problem. Take care of that. All right. Let's try this again. We'll bring the G10 down like that, and we'll leave this stainless pop up as a finger guard. So we're going to put a pin here, say a 1/2 inch in. So we'll go 1/2 inch in on the end too. So now we'll go halfway in between, right there. So halfway, is it 2? And that'll be 3 G10 pins. We'll be using this SureTouch, dark gray and black. So the gray is G10 on this SureTouch. See the black layers? That's actually rubber. So this is going to be, it's going to be a skinning knife. It's going to be used a lot. It's going to be a working knife. I want a handle that's going to be, no matter what, if it's wet with blood or whatever, I want it to be grippy and not slippery. So I also imagine it's going to be used in cold areas. So I don't want to do metal through here. So I do have, let me walk over to my stock. I have this 1/4 inch G10 pin, black G10. I think that this is going to look perfect with this gray and black SureTouch. So that's what we'll do. Now, as far as the angle of the grind, what I got to do is figure out, I want this grind to come well up. Well up to here. I'm going to leave a flat at the top to be able to attach a fixed angle sharpener like my Wicked Edge to. But I want that grind to come way up. I think going up that high is going to lead to great edge geometry since it's only 107 thou thick. So now I got to take some measurements, and I have a calculator to calculate angles in the phone. And I'm going to I got to go get my calipers and take a few measurements, and then I'll kind of draw it out and show you what I'm looking at. Be right back. Okay, so figure this laying like this, 107 thou thick. 107 thousandths divided by 2 is roughly about 0.053. And then I want to leave 10 thousandths thickness at the edge. So that leaves me half, we're looking at half the thickness of the knife. 0.048 is what I'm coming up with for that side of the triangle. From about my black line to the edge, 0.94 of an inch. I put that into a triangle calculator, and I came to 2.9 degrees. I'm going to write that right on the knife. 2.9 degrees is what I need to grind the primary bevel on each side. All right. For right now, we've got the blank. There's still a little bit of cleanup to do. I'd like to take this over to my disc, make sure everything is squared off good. But I've got the primary bevel hooked up. So the next time, we'll probably take this over to the disc, clean this up, make sure all these edges are square. Primarily this one. And then probably set up and grind this primary bevel in and drill these pinholes. That'll be in part 2 because I'm running out of time right now, but I'm really happy to get this started. So thanks for watching, and I will see you at part 2. Bye.